What's up, you guys? This is Tim Traver, the managing editor of the Diecast Collective. Tonight, depending on what part of the world you're from, we're doing a Ford F-150 Lightning. This is from 2002. This is not 2022. I meant not 2002. This is a 2022 Ford Lightning. Don't worry, I'll put everything in the description box below. Also, I want to let you know, I'll go ahead and tell you exactly what the key stuff is here on this one. So I'll give you the notes and stuff for this. They're just very short, basic, to the point. All right, so basically, this is a 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. Okay, fun fact: the Ford F-150 Lightning was released in 1993. It came out in 93 to 95. Then 99, 2000, 2003, 2004, if my memory serves me correctly. And then it came back a few years ago. Ford F-150 Lightning did not end production. It took a break from what I understand. That's what I was given on Google. So, because you have to have the EV part of it coming in, that's why they delayed it a little bit. So anyway, also want to make a couple of quick plugs and quick announcements. Tomorrow. I'm going to try to film something for September and something for October. Also, will be also a late week feature that's not going to go away. Also, want to let y'all know tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Friday, we're going to be doing a car cruise. So that's going to be like one of the last car cruises for a while. Saturday and Sunday, the actual evening or afternoon evening car shows, and Sunday evening or afternoon and evening car shows, they're all going to take a little break. It's going to be on the back seat or on a little bit of a back burner for a quick few minutes, because what we're going to be doing is I'm going to take some time away from in the first week of September. I've been working and grinding my butt off this long for 3 months, and I kind of need a little time off, just a little, um, so that way I can recharge myself. Because after doing this in and out, this type of stuff for like 3 months straight, with barely little sleep and trying to take care of myself as well as other things, it kind of puts everything into questioning. Why would I like it? It just questions. I just question it, and I'm like, you know what? I need a break. Um, Plus, I've been dealing with some problems with my chest lately. No, it's nothing negative, nothing major. It's just light um, occurrences happen in my chest. Nothing bad. I do need to take time off of that to let my chest rest for a while, because I do have asthma and COPD, so that kind of like hurts me a little bit. But also, I need to rest my neck because my neck's been really hurting a little. Also, next week, also, I'm gonna be ordering a bunch of stuff, so I kind of want to get the opportunity to do that. Also, at the same time, next Tuesday, I will be putting a post out for Facebook, Twitter, here on both my YouTube channels. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be basically covering what's going to happen the following Tuesday. Now, let me put it like this. Because the following Tuesday is supposed to be the day that the actual first series or the first episode of retro series is going to come out. However, we're going to try to make that happen, but here's the thing. We're going to run, and I've run into a lot of dilemmas in the past with episodes and seasons and stuff like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to order a bunch of this stuff next week. We're going to wait until we're gonna wait till Tuesday of next week because I'm gonna be ordering a bunch of stuff next week, a bunch of the other cars. That's a fact. So next Tuesday, I'm gonna put out a community post on both my YouTube channels. But we also going to be talking about that. Also is going to depend on, that's going to affect the actual. It's not going to really affect it, but and we're not canceling the series or anything. That's what we're talking about. What we're talking about is once I go to order all the stuff that I need next week, all the cars I'm going to order, that right there, we'll wait and see how everything plays out. And then after I get some of the cars coming in and accumulate some of these cars, I'm talking about for the retro series. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about for the retro series. I'm not talking about the actual other cars. I'm talking about the retro series. If we get enough cars accumulated for all this, I will do it. I still will do the episode no matter what. But it's going to be a little bit different. So basically what I'm trying to say is right now, next Tuesday, I'm going to let everyone know in a post. Facebook, Twitter, here on this channel and on my blog channel, where I'm going to let everyone know exactly what the situation is going to go. Then after I get all the cars ordered and everything starts coming in, then I'll provide another update that following Tuesday. So, with that being said, we are going to wait until, basically what I'm trying to say is, guys and girls, we are going to wait until after I get all the cars that I'm getting ordered next week to come in. Then that determines on whether or not when the actual first episode of Retro series is going to drop. And once it drops, it's going to be a lot different. So that's the only reason why that I'm trying to get a lot of these cars as much as I possibly can. So in future episodes, I don't have to spend much. So that's why I'm getting them now. So later on, I don't have to really worry too much. However, we're going to go dated back to a long time. And then there's going to be other cars coming in too. So there's going to be trickling effect coming in. But it's not going to be as bad. That's what I'm going to do. And also in the retro series, we'll be talking about 8 dots and also Blackwall cars as well. Blackwall is like mainly like in the 80s to early 90s, depending on what the car is. So that's another thing we're going to talk about. But anyway, like I said, and that's all in the process of this videos that I'm going to be putting out on both channels. So if you like this kind of content and you like the other content on the blog, consider both channels, like, share, all that good stuff, because it helps out the algorithm of YouTube as well. Also, tomorrow we'll be doing a late week feature. Friday we'll be doing a cruise in. Saturday and Sunday we'll be doing afternoon, early evening car shows on both channels. But then after that, next week, I'm taking a full week off. That way I can get the cars I need to get ordered and they can come in. And then afterwards, we can start setting up what we're going to be doing for this actual series and stuff like that. But also in the series, we will be diving into certain cars and certain ones that are repops. However, there will be, like for a case in point, I don't know where the actual car is, but I do actually have a matchbox of a Humvee with a weapon or service weapon on the top turret of that vehicle. I'm not going to show it due to a weapon on top of that. However, I can show it, but I can't show it. If I do show it, it has to be in a certain way that YouTube do not like flag me for it. But I'm going to mention that particular vehicle in the video. So that's why when I went to go do the intro, that's why you saw that white Humvee. Because that white Humvee had nothing on top of it. If I would have put the other one in it, I would have got hit with it. That's why I have to be very, very, I wouldn't say strategic, but I have to be very careful with the perimeters of certain things with this series because of that reason. So I'm going to be hitting a lot of good stuff, but there's a lot of stuff that I have to watch for because of that reason. Now, I'm not going to be able to show the package of that vehicle or the open one for that matter. I can mention it, and I'll mention it in the actual description box, but I'm not going to put it on camera for people to flag me for it. That's the problem. So in this series, we're going to be mentioning some stuff. And like I said before, and we'll say it again, there will be a difference between the licensed and unlicensed vehicles. So if there's a video come out, like the intro, for example, for the introduction, for example, on top you saw unlicensed, drag, and race car. Got to keep that separated from the actual licensed vehicle. So I'm kind of keeping that all different. But anyway, that's the difference between it. And then I have to mention certain vehicles that comes in. I can have them sitting here in front of me behind the camera. However, I can't show in front of the camera for those particular reasons. And that's another reason why I'm being careful on what I'm doing for this series. I don't want this series to cancel or not getting off the feet right. So there's just a lot of stuff we'll get into as the series move on and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, girls, let me go ahead and get off here. Let me go ahead and get the stuff put out, both sides. I already mentioned the notes. I don't have to put the notes in the description, but I will put in the description box the year, make, and model, packaged, open, and color. That all is going to stay the same. In the retro series, don't have that. It's all stripped down. With all that being said, guys and girls, until next time, this is Tim Trey, the managing editor of the Diecast Collective. You have yourself a fantastic Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what part of the world you're from. Until next time, we're out.